I've recently saw a cute girl waiting for a train, but I didn't approach her because I saw two dudes with her and I thought, nah, I can't do it. There are two men with her, that's weird. On my way home though, I remembered that these guys were probably just satellites and that I missed a chance with a possibly really cool girl. So because of that, today we're gonna analyze a similar situation in The Taxi Driver.
Hi, I'd like to volunteer.
Straight off the bat, we can see that he interested in this girl right here. And we can clearly see that by the way he carries himself. With his body language, the strong eye contact, obviously phenomenal. You have to have good body language if you want to pick up girls. You have to show them that you're confident regardless of their beauty. What you can also see is that he's taken up. There's like this counter right here and he's kind of leaning forward on it, taking up space. I think what's bad about his body language right here is that he is leaning forward. Leaning forward is always submissive, but in this situation, right, leaning forward also shows interest in another person. Even if it is in a submissive way, he shows that by leaning forward, he's here for her, he's interested in her. So even though it's submissive, there's really not much that he could do otherwise, right? He has this counter between her and him, which is already bad. Even if it's just objects between you, it's never good when you kind of have this closed off environment. You can see the body language where people are, folding their arms in front of them. That's closed off body language. That shows that they are harder to engage by the other person, and objects have the exact same function, even if it's not instantly body language. Just with objects between you two, it creates this distance, okay? It creates this closed offness. It's similar to when a woman sits next to a man and she puts her handbag between them. There's like a barrier now, right? They're the two people, now there's the handbag as a barrier. That seems autistic, but it does something to you. He's kind of ignoring this distance right here by leaning forward, even though it's submissive. He shows that he's interested in her and he reduces the distance between them, which is very good.
Great. I'll take you right over here.
That's all right, I'd rather volunteer.
Now look at that too, okay? This guy tried to cock block right here, right? He tried to get him away from her, and he dealt with it perfect. First and foremost, the gesture. Okay, the way his palms are face downwards, he tries to de-escalate the situation, but it's not submissive. He could have been like, arms out like this with his palms face towards him, like the guy just pointed a gun at him, and that would have been submissive as fuck. Where he's been like, oh, I'm sorry, but I want to stay here. That would have been very bad body language. Instead, he barely moves. He does the face palm, calm down, everything's good while maintaining strong eye contact. That's very dominant, and he also doesn't really switch up his confident body language right here. You can see that he's still big. That's very attractive body language. He dealt with this very, very well.
If you don't mind.
And why do you feel that you have to volunteer to me?
Now look at this. He just ignored the guy, and she ignored the guy too because she's not interested in him, and he dipped. He left. A lot of people, I think, a lot of men in this situation would probably try to strike up a conversation with him where it's like, he needs to like me so I can get her. You don't know in which relation they are standing. Later in this clip, you will see that the guy that he just kind of pushed away, he has a huge crush on her, and it becomes visible just by his body language and the way he carries himself. So there would have been no point in him right here trying to befriend him or something. He was an obstacle, and he got removed.
Because I think that you are the most beautiful.
Alright, right here, the extra lean in, right? He leaned it a bit further. I wouldn't do that. Okay, that's too much. It's overdoing it. Before, the lean in was good because it showed that he was interested in her, right? At this point, it's just submissive, okay? If you lean in too much, you show that you're too invested in her. You shouldn't ever be too invested in a girl if you're just approaching her, right? You don't really know her. Okay, that just shows that you kind of need her. It creates this desperation. If you're desperate for a girl, she runs away, right? If you chase a girl, she runs away, and the second you start chasing, it's really over. So this leaning in extra, it's just submissive. It's unnecessary. I wouldn't do it. It creates desperation.
The most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
Now what he is good at though is that strong eye contact. How many of y'all are good at holding this strong of an eye contact when you're complimenting a girl? when you say you're the most beautiful girl that I've ever seen. I don't think a lot of you are able to hold this strong of eye contact. Okay, so this is very impressive. This is very good. It shows that he's serious about it, and it shows that he's really, really confident. He acknowledges her beauty, but he basically, with his entire body, with his body language and his eye contact, is saying, this doesn't scare me. I'm still confident. I'm still me.
Thanks.
And look at this right here, all right? You will see in a second that she's playing hard to get, kind of acting like she doesn't care. But this is phenomenal. You see how she, went from eye contact to looking down. You know that a compliment landed very well when she does this. So strong eye contact, she's chilling, it's whatever. But when she switches to looking down, first and foremost, of course, looking down is submissive. But it also just means that she's too nervous to still hold eye contact with you. So that means your compliment really landed.
What do you think of Valentine?
Now I can just see that she's playing hard to get. She's essentially testing him, seeing whether he's confident enough to stand his ground even though it's not going the way he wants it to. She's just testing him, asking him questions that he doesn't care about. Just hold ground, just stay calm. Don't start being like, oh, she doesn't want me or something. She does want you. She's just playing hard to get. Now, this wasn't ideally perfect body language. Of course it's a movie and stuff, but James Bond would just probably still hold strong eye contact and then say like 1 or 2 words. You don't want to overdo it here. You saw how he first looked down, then he looked around. It just showed that he wasn't 100% confident within himself in that moment. Ideally, you just hold strong eye contact when she asks that stuff, and then you just answer in like 1 or 2 words.
Charles Valentine, the man you're volunteering to help elect president.
I'm sure he'll make a good...
Again, you can see how he looked down for a second. It's submissive. Don't do it. This guy doesn't have perfect body language, but even though he doesn't, he still went up and talked to that girl. Of course, it's a movie. I know that, but that's the same thing in real life. You don't need the perfect scenario to approach a girl. Sometimes shit goes wrong and you can still get her. He doesn't have perfect body language, and he will probably still... I know that he will still end up getting this date. I mean, you can see it in the title, okay? So shit doesn't have to go 100% right to work out in the end.
President, I don't know exactly what his policies are, but I'm sure he'll make a good one.
You want a canvas?
He's getting a bit too serious in this. She's asking him these stupid questions that he doesn't care about. And I think, if I would have been in his situation, I would have answered in short sentences, and then I would have tried to kind of change the topic immediately to something that I want to talk about, which is probably just getting this date, securing her number or whatever. You don't really, he doesn't want to talk about this. You can see it in his body language. He tries, he's not comfortable right now, the lips pressed right here. So just change the topic, do something, talk about something that you're interested in, and then you're chilling.
Yeah, I'll canvass.
How do you feel about the senator's stand on welfare?
I don't really know this senator.
Right here again, she's testing him, okay? You can see, she's way too happy about this, but she's testing him, okay? The strong eye contact, she's asking him stupid questions, and you can just see that he breaks his body language. That's not ideal, okay? Ideally you just stay in this body language. You can see that he's kind of breaking his frame right here, and it's okay because it's not in the way where he's like getting emotional stuff, but it's still not a good look. Ideally, again, just hold the frame, stay the way you were before, and just answer in short and change the topic.
Stand on welfare, but I'm sure it's a good stand, man.
And also right here, for a second, you saw his palms facing upward, which is another submissive gesture.
You sure that?
And now, this is something I really, really, really like about this clip, okay? This is why I chose this clip. See this guy? If you look at the clip the entire time, you just look at the background, you will see him creeping around the whole time, just staring at her. This guy right here, this guy in the back, this is what we call a satellite, okay? This guy is a satellite, He's constantly moving around the pretty girl, politely waiting for his turn like a real nice guy should, right? First and foremost, this guy will never ever get a date with her. Okay, this tactic doesn't work. It doesn't work if you just, wait for your turn and hope she, at some point falls in love with you. This is some Disney bullshit, okay? This never ever happens in real life. right? Of course, this is a movie, so maybe in this movie it works. And of course, he's paid to do that. But in real life, you will always see that. Especially, if a girl is pretty, she will sometimes even have multiple satellites who are just roaming around her, constantly staring at her, waiting for their turn. And then when you ask them about it, they're like, oh, no, go ahead, ask her out. I don't care. They do care. They're way too invested in her. Okay, so this tactic never works. Never ever do that. That doesn't work. You never get a date with this. And second thing is, if you're the guy who's coming in, like he does, coming in asking for a number. This is, by the way, the only way it does work. If you instantly go for it, because waiting for it doesn't work, so go for it. If you come in and go for it, don't be scared of those guys. If you're inexperienced, you probably see a pretty girl and then you see those 3 satellites roaming around her and you're like, shit, no, I can't approach her. There are 3 dudes around her. That would be stupid, right? No, they're satellites. They don't count, okay? Don't be scared. Don't be timid to approach her just because there are satellites around her. Doesn't matter the number. They are just kind of like bystanders. They don't count. All right, so don't even take that into consideration when you approach her.
Yeah.
You can see that his entire body language, by the way. His entire body is faced towards this situation. This conversation has his fullest attention.
Well, we all work together here full-time, day and night, so if you would just like to step over there, I'm sure that the gentleman will sign you up.
Again, this is a test. She's feeling herself a bit too much. The stuff that she said before, the stupid questions, they work too well. Because he broke frame, because he started fidgeting around and all that stuff, she's now very confident and keep kind of shit testing him like that. He's not here to answer her questions. He's here to get the date. So that's why he should have switched the topic way before already.
The thing is, I drive a taxi at night, so it's kind of hard for me to...
Again, you can see that he's not only fidgeting around, but he's also moving in a bit. And you can even see by her body language how she's kind of going back here. That might be a small detail, but you can see how he's kind of pushing in by leaning in, and she's instantly just automatically going back. If you chase something, it always runs away. Never chase. Never do too much. Never.
To work in the day. So,
Then what exactly do you want?
would you like to come have some coffee and pie?
Again, it's like the 5th time he leaned in. His eye contact is phenomenal. But the way he's leaning in with his entire body, even his head, it's submissive.
Pie with me?
Why?
Again, you can see how she's playing hard to get. Why? No girl would ever ask you that in real life if you just don't play her game. But he played her game by answering her dumb questions, by breaking frame when she asked those questions. And now she's shit testing again. She's playing hard to get. And someone who's not experienced would probably be like, okay, she doesn't want me. She does want you. She's just, testing how confident you really are.
Why?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Look how happy he is. She's so enjoying this that she can like play her game and stuff. Don't let her play this game. It's annoying as shit. And if you let her play the game, just don't feel scared or don't feel like she doesn't want you. She does.
I think you're a lonely person. I drive by this.
Now this one worked again. You can see her looking down, in a submissive way. He's saying the right things. If he wouldn't say the right things every time he made her look down, break eye contact by looking down, he essentially regained all of the, whatever you call it, confidence, aura, whatever, that he lost before by breaking frame when she asked the question.
Place a lot, and I see you here. I see a lot of people around you, and I see all these phones and all this stuff on your desk.
Now this right here is also phenomenal, okay? How he's kind of invading her space right here, okay? But not in a way where he's like touching her for no reason, which would be weird. But you can see kind of, we have this unwritten rule where it's like, wherever my body is, this is where my space kind of is, right? His space was here before on this side because, his hands were here. And by stretching his hand out like this, he kind of gets very close to her without really touching her or doing anything weird. Just kind of establishing this confidence on his side. And also you want to establish some sort of touch or some sort of like breaking this touch barrier early on. Because if you want to end up probably like kissing the girl or doing stuff with her, right? So if you don't break this touch barrier it's just going to come off as weird when you start doing it. It will just seem weird when you instantly break the touch barrier only when you kiss, because before you never like touched her or came close to her, and now you instantly want to kiss. It comes off too hard. So you want to start off slow, start by, you know, kind of doing this stuff where your hand a bit close to her, or you start touching on her shoulder or something, some light stuff, so she gets used to it.
That means nothing. And then when I came inside and I met you, I saw in your eyes and I saw the way you...
Again, you can see how he's... I know I said it before, but look how much he's leaned in. It's not really a good look. It shows that he's too invested in her.
Carried yourself, that you're not a happy...
The way I would stand in this situation is probably leant back, of course, and then I would have my arms kind of out like this, right? Where I create a lot of space for myself right here, and then I still stand kind of straight. This shows that I'm confident, but it also shows that I'm not too invested in her.
person. And I think you need something. And if you want to call it a friend, you can call it a friend.
Look at the eye contact again. This is phenomenal eye contact. Very, very confident.
You're gonna be my friend?
Now look again at her body length. Before she was leaning in, now she's leaned back. The more he leans in, the more she leans back. Do you see that? And also you can see how confident of a body language she has. Alright, she's making herself really big. Like here, you know, flaring out her arm. And she's also does have strong eye contact. Even though I'm not analyzing her, she has really great body language too.
Yeah.
Now look at the silence right here. You saw how she gave him a little smile? You saw how confident he was within this silence? That's also super rare, right? If you see a pretty girl, you feel like you need every second to impress her and everything. You don't. Take your time. She's not that special. Be comfortable with the silence. You can see how that was kind of a test probably on her side as well. You know, seeing if he instantly tries to talk again, push forward, try to get her, or if he just embraces the silence. And again, look in the background. All right, this guy is back. He's still roaming around her. He's still doing his satellite things.
What do you say?
Now this, I think, was very, very good body language from him. How he kind of leant back a bit because she didn't answer him. All right, so by leaning back, he kind of shows that he gives her less attention now because he's less interested in her. She needs to want it, and if she doesn't, then he will become less interested. He's not going to push it.
It's a little hard standing here and asking, so...
Now, this I wouldn't have done. Embrace the silence. If she doesn't want to answer, and she's not answering for like a whole minute or something, dip, leave. Who cares, right? She's obviously a bit autistic, which is okay for her, right? But she's not into it as much as you are. So don't lean in, don't push harder. If you don't get it, it's okay. Don't put it on a pedestal. There are other girls around there. You can ask out some other girl. Who cares, right? So I wouldn't have done this. Don't lean in again. Don't give her more attention. She doesn't deserve it if she doesn't answer. Again, right here, you can see this shift of tension. His entire body is faced towards her while she was looking away. That's not a good look.
5 minutes, that's...
He's explaining himself too much. He's also here again. His palms are faced upwards. I expect this one to be faced upwards as well. This is submissive. It's unnecessary. Give her a time to think about it. And if she takes too long, leave.
No, just outside. Right around here.
You need to be able to walk away from a girl. This is really important. If you're not able to walk away, then it's very unlikely that you will get her. Because if you're not able to walk away, it shows that you need her. And when you need something, you're chasing it. And again, as I said, when you chase something, she's running away.
I'm there to protect you.
That again was good. You know, a little joke to make the vibe a bit lighter right here. And the way he also leant back doing it while still holding up a lot of space, doing his little thing right here with his hands. That was good. He lit up the mood and he leant back, which showed that he's not as interested. That was good. Again, look at Mr. Satellite in the back. I know it's exaggerated by the movie, but that's actually what dudes do in real life. Of course, not like doing this weird shit around the corner, but they are roaming around a pretty girl all the time.
Come on, just take a little break.
I have a break at 4 o'clock, and if you're here...
4 o'clock today.
Yes.
I'll be here.
I'm sure you will.
So now he secures the date. It wasn't ideal body language with the leaning in and stuff, but besides that, it was really good. Gets the date. He does go to watch porn movie with her. I don't know, the movie's a bit weird. Maybe I should watch it at some point. But that was it. Have a great day. Stay big, man.